Hello everybody, what's up? Today I'll be looking into log, no log, manual mode, auto mode, all with my Autel Evo 2 Pro. Stay tuned. What's up everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Steve from the Bay Island of Hawaii. Most of you guys know already that I'm pretty bad in color grading. Usually my footage looks just like this. Footage that is already set up for the colors as I wanted it to be. Everything is set up in a certain way and I totally like how it usually comes out. My clients usually like it too. But what do you do if you have a client that actually is asking you to change the colors, to switch the colors, or to have a different color scheme to match footage he might have inquired prior to it? Well, there you go, log. Because with log, you have the options as seen here, right there, going through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of color grading, different types of LUT applied to it, and you can choose intensity of the LUT, you can choose intensity of the shadows, intensity of the highlights, intensity of the saturation, brightness, contrast. And if you're shooting this already without even having log selected and you are banging out the colors right off the bat, it's going to be hard to temper with the color itself, the color profile itself, and it's going to be really hard to desaturate, tune down certain things, or to manipulate the footage to the point where the client says that they want it. Also, some clients actually prefer to have log itself and to give it out afterwards, after the completed project, to send it out to somebody to color grade it, that everything is pretty much even and that everything looks pretty much the same. That is why log is really good. If you look at this video right over here, you can see the differences that you can actually create with log, the options that are there. If I would have shot this outside of log and I would have chosen not to have any color profile inside there and it would have just shot it the way that I usually do, I would have not been able to modify it to any type of way to make either the red stand more out, the blue stand more out, or whatever it is, because it is super easy to do it with log. By the way, on the other hand on that is that log is easier on your histogram. While you go through your histogram and your aperture and you switch it through, your histogram does not shift as extremely from the right of highlights to the left to blacks or shadows, simply because the camera seems to be less affected by it because it does not try to come up with all the saturations inside there. Now, if I take that off and I switch over into the regular mode without the color profile inside there, you're gonna see that my blacks, everything moves over dramatically to the left and my histogram is actually stronger on the left-hand side. Because of that, it will be harder for you to adjust your camera. You will have to adjust more often, and it's less easy, and you actually wasting flight time of not going with log. Now, log is actually pretty good if you have DaVinci Resolve, Final Cut Pro, Premiere Pro, all these super good programs that are outside there that you can utilize. There are so many more. There's iMovie, there's Filmora Night. The list is endless. Every single one of these programs actually does have a tutorial online somewhere on YouTube where somebody will explain to you how to color grade in the right way. And the color grading part is not necessarily just slapping on a LUT. No, it has to do with the intensity of the LUT to go from 100% down maybe to 60%, soften it up a little bit, and you get into the direction of where you want your footage to be. After that one, you'll play around with highlights, you play around with medium tones, you play around with gain, shadow, whatever else there is within the options. And like I said, I'm not a pro in color grading and I'm slowly getting into it, but it's actually easier than I thought. Right over here, you're gonna see another example right there. You'll have way more options to go from log to color grade 1, color grade 2, color grade 3, color grade 4, and you can actually play around with it way more easy. I even found an option where I was making it almost like a posterized style. So it is pretty cool. I mean, log seems to be the way to go. And if you not necessarily just want to slap on a LUT and you want to play around a little bit, I totally recommend to go with log. Try it out, definitely. I'm pretty sure you won't regret it because log seems to be very advanced in this part already. Of course, we're all waiting for the new firmware update. I've seen a lot of people that had issues where they said, oh, the 10-bit does not work. in my eyes, it works pretty good on my part over here. If this is the first time to my channel, please don't forget, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you can get notified. I do drone tech related stuff, I do gear reviews, and I do YouTube tips and tricks. Now to get to the part of manual versus auto, auto is not a bad function if you're not really into color grading or you don't have any programs such as Adobe Premiere, Final Cut Pro, or DaVinci Resolve. So it usually makes it easier for you in auto to just fly around, do your thing. The one thing that I don't like about it is that if you are facing a light source and you want to catch that light source, but also the foreground or the subject that might be in the bottom of that light source, it does not darken out if you stay in manual. If you stay in auto, it will darken out whatever to make it happen that the light source is actually identifiable. And that's a part that I'm not a big fan of in auto mode. In auto mode, you also have it that when you shoot in auto mode while being in log, your artifacts and your shadows are going to be tremendously bigger than when having it in manual. In manual mode, you will be able to play around with your aperture, and also you will be able to play around with the exposure while it stays the very same way. So if you're facing into a sunset or if you're facing into a light source itself, everything else in the surrounding area is not gonna get darkened out just like it does in auto mode. That's why I prefer manual over auto. That's pretty much it. If you guys haven't done so already, please don't forget, sign up for the Fino P27 giveaway. The soundbar will be given away on October 10th, and I will be announcing the winner in the following video of that one. And as always, don't forget, COVID-19 is still out there to get you. Be a nice human, wear your mask, wash your hands. Please don't forget, subscribe, like, and definitely leave me a comment in the section below so we can talk story. You take it easy, everybody. Aloha.